I belong to you.
I belong to
you. Do just what you want. You're the one I trust, and I always be around when I need some loving, baby. No one else.
What is good, guys, and welcome back to the channel. This video I'm down at Pullbridge Farm on the very new M Lake. M Lake is new to this complex. It used to be Norman's Lake, and then you had your Match Lake, and then a few months ago I helped the owner Mike. We made the cut through in the middle, which made a very distinguished shape of an M. That's why it's called M. So he's invited me down to do a couple of nights. It's not open for night fishing yet. He wants to get these fish up to above £10, get them up in weight before he opens it up tonight. But a whole load of new stock in, fish in the mid-20s. So now we've got a range of fish from £3 to £4 right up to mid-20s. This lake isn't open to night fishing yet. He does want to get those smaller fish through, get them up to double figures before he starts letting anglers come on tonight. But there's hundreds of fish in here. So there's a couple of girls on the far bank. They've been absolutely smashing it. Dee and Dan, I think the names were, sorry if they're wrong, but yeah, they've had around, I think, 15-20 fish out in a day session between them. They're doing a practice for a competition coming up, but yeah, they've been showing me up at the minute. So let's get some rods in the water and see if we can get some fish on the bank. So this is the rig of choice for M Lake. It's an 8-inch IQ D rig, what I've made myself, from a size 6 Palatrax grips hook, then onto a 16mm wafter, topped off with a mainline toppers piece of corn, which is basically just a pop-up in the shape of a corn. And then we've got a leg clip, but not a running leg clip, so in the event when a fish takes, the fish will pick up the bait and then pull line freely, so the leg clip can move up and down. I'm using a Palatrax stone, so in the event that I would crack off, that will just lay on the bottom of the lake bed. I'm not bothered about a stone being on the bottom of the lake bed. I've seen the bottom of this lake bed when it was drained down, and I know that in the margins there's plenty of these stones, so it's a perfect blend as well. So that's basically what we're sat with on the bottom, and I've run through several baits yesterday. This one seemed to work the best, so that's what I'm sticking with. That was a big Bosch. Oh, that has got bite rot all over it. Well, that rod's been in maybe 7 or 8 minutes. Fish on. So in 2 minutes time, I'm going to be showing you possibly the best float fishing session I have ever had for carp. But until that time, I'm going to be showing you just exactly how M Lake was built. And as cool as that probably looked, no, we didn't blow it up. We started off by netting the old Match Lake, pulling all the fish out of there, draining the water completely down. Once the lake was all empty and checked there was no fish left over, work could begin on pulling the clay away from the banks. With the help of 2 dumpers, it meant that the work was flowing nicely. So with a few days hard work, you could really see the lake starting to come together. and the amount of clear that we had actually taken away. You can see in this video I've left a strip around 4 meters wide, meaning I can still get the machinery over, and that is exactly where I'll be making the cut through later on. So while I was busy in the excavator and the lads on the dumpers and other lads around the lake, there was other lads too which were putting concrete bases in for the pegs and then building them up with blocks from there on out to give them a solid structure. These were only done on this half of the lake so far because this was the only lake that was drained until we made the cut through to get that water down a couple of feet so that the other pegs on the other lake could also be built up the same. So now that we're almost ready for the cut through, Mike put a net across one side of the lake that was still full so that when we made the cut through, no fish could escape through into the lake that didn't have much water in. We wanted to keep those fish in that lake and just drop the level by around 2 feet so that they can work on the pegs. So before I actually made the cut through, I worked my way across the bank, making sure it's clear of any clay that was going to be in the way. I didn't want the water to come through and push the clay into the old pond that we'd just spent days cleaning out. Once the cut through was made, we let the water run through until it had dropped by about 2 to 3 feet in the lakes. This meant that we could get on with working on the pegs and rebuilding the pegs as to where we wanted them and how we wanted them. Once all the pegs were finished, there was only one thing left to do, and that was bring the water level back up to height and remove any extra clay that we needed to by netting around it, removing the clay and letting the fish swim free in their new home. This is now the new M Lake, with average depths between 6 to 7 feet throughout the lake and hundreds of carp to go at. So for about an hour now I've been flicking floaters out, you can see that. Try to get these fish confident in taking. Just constantly flicking them out. I've fed most of the ducks off. And they seem to be getting a little bit more confident now. I think we've probably got around 10 to 15 carp in front of us feeding, so I think I'll get a rod in amongst them. So the float set up, Nash bolt float, then with around, I'd say around 6 foot of line, and to a size 8 barbless and a 16mm pop up on the hair. I've tried keeping it tight to the hair, glued onto the hook, all kinds, but I seem to find this generally tends to work best with around a 10mm gap, little hair, pop up. Best thing to do whenever floater fishing, cast your bolt bubble, your float, everything, probably 15-20 yards past the showing fish, and then drag that float and your bait right into the middle of them. You're not creating a big disturbance in the middle of them and spooking them all off. We're in. Just catapulting out a few more, and the bolt bubble's done exactly its job. Hey. there we have it. A little mirror off the surface, like I say. Maybe only £4. Not the biggest fish in the lake. Probably not the smallest, but it's probably not far off. I threw a few more floaters out there and they're still at it, so I'm going to try and get another couple of these, hopefully some double figure fish. That'll be the smallest carp that's ever been in my sling. You're going completely the wrong way. Come on, mister. Come on, you're out, that's it. One down. Loads more to go. Hooks come out in the net as well. Would you Adam and Eve it? There we go. Pop up on the hair rig. I think they're getting smaller. Probably £3 at a push. But they're loving it out there and it's great fun, so get this one back and hopefully we can get some more. It's been really quiet today on the fish front. On the bottom especially. As soon as I've seen them topping, I've started putting floaters out and I've had 2 in the space of 10 minutes. So yeah, hopefully some more. You're the smallest one ever in my net. May the next one be 3 times the size. Lovely, thank you very much. Unless you're doing business with you. Get in. It's a good thing when you floater fishing on light tackle. Rod's only 2.25. What is it? 2.25 pound test curve. You get such a good fight, get a good bend in the rod. Well, it's certainly a better fish. It's not a monster by any means, but it's bigger than the rest. In the net. That didn't half put up a scrap. That beat the hell out of me for a good 10 minutes, that. Number 3 off the surface again. Good news is they are getting bigger. This one, the hook has come out in the net. Just absolutely soaked me. Let's get that net out of the way. I'm not weighing in, but as a guess, around £10-ish. So they're getting bigger. £10 double figure mark, but it's not quite double figure for me. See if we can get a little bit bigger, but what an epic battle that was. On a light tackle. Stunning fish in this venue. And they're all in absolutely tip-top condition. I've just caught your son, now you go tell your dad. I want a word with him. What an absolute fish. Still only small at £4 or £5, but yeah, what a beauty. Don't mind catching them when they look like that, do you? What a fish. This fish does seem to have a few sores along its sides, so I'm just going to pop a little bit of propolis on. See all the propolis in the net where the fish has had a couple of sores. I've just treated them, give it a safe return. It's always good to look after a fish. Don't want to be putting it back with sores or cut mouths or anything like that. Always try and treat it with propolis where you can. Get the fish back as good a health it should be. Fish number 5, around £6 or £7. Imagine that when it's 15, 20 pound. It'd be an absolute stunner. I'll show you the other side. They don't come much nicer than that, do they? Probably around £6, I'd say. Maybe 7 at a push, but yeah, what an absolute stunner. In the net. Fish number 6. Probably the biggest of the session so far. Does not want to stay still, so I'm going to get it back as quick as possible. Around 12 to 13 pound. Let's get him back before he kicks off. What a stunning fish. Thank you, sir. Enjoy your day. Scaly one. Probably around £89, but some of these fish are absolutely stunning. Doesn't seem to want to stay still. But the camera, look at that. That's fish number 9 now. Get this one back. Hopefully there's one more. Another nice common. Probably £7, £8. Fish 11 off the surface now. Keep them coming. Nobody's seen that.
What?
Well, after what can only be described as an epic afternoon float fishing, it's time to chill out now with a beer and a bit of a barbecue. Courtesy of the missus. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Think about me one more time before you go.
Well, after having such a good day on the float rod, I decided to head down to the toilets, go to the toilets and have a little walk around the complex while the sun was shining. Got literally as far away from the peg as possible and the heavens absolutely opened. No warning, no nothing. By the time we got back to the bivvy, everything was absolutely soaked. You can see there's puddles running underneath the bivvy. All my pellets what I've had out all day, I left the bag open. So everything is absolutely soaked, so including myself, so I'm not going to bother flicking the rods out just for now. I'm going to try and get dried. I even left the windows open on the back of my bivvy so the bed's wet. You go from one extreme to the other today, and I've burnt my face. It's been that hot today and now I'm soaking. Well, the first day just 3 fish off the bottom, and the second day I managed to get them going on the top. Lost count of how many fish I had on the second day. But yeah, a few different methods that will work on M Lake. Got the barrier all packed up now, ready to go. So thanks for watching again, guys. Hope you've enjoyed watching my video about M Lakes. Peace out.